How far would you go for some good internet? Sure, plenty of us maybe tap into the Wi-Fi network of our neighbor from time to time, but very few people in this world would go so far as to install an unauthorized Starlink satellite dish on a U.S. Navy warship. Well, that's exactly what some senior enlisted leaders aboard the USS Manchester did. It happened in April 2023 while the ship was prepared for deployment to the West Pacific. Senior enlisted leaders installed a Starlink satellite dish on the Manchester during what's known as a blanket aloft period, which is when a sailor needs to either hang above or over the side of a ship to install something or perform some kind of maintenance. This is an image obtained by Navy Times. It's from the investigation that the Navy was performing, and it shows the Starlink satellite dish right here strapped to a wood pallet with nothing more than some white tie-downs attaching it to the ship. Now, where exactly was it on the ship? It was on what's called the 05 weather deck. Actually, took me a little bit of time to find out exactly where that is, because it's not like Lockheed Martin just posts blueprints of these things online. So the 05 weather deck is this area up here. You can tell by the Navy investigation picture, this piece of equipment corresponds to this right here, which means the arrow pointing to the unauthorized Starlink dish is going to be right on top in that area right here. Not a very heavily trafficked area on the ship, and really goes to show how much of an effort it was to hide this unauthorized system. The Wi-Fi network was nicknamed Stinky, and it was the brainchild of then Senior Chief Grisel Madero. Her biography says she has a background in intelligence, and while she may have been the ringleader, the Navy investigation says the entire chief's mess was in on the scheme before it was discovered. The Navy says Madero and other chiefs split the $2,800 cost of the Starlink satellite dish, and then Madero collected either a monthly fee of $62.50 from her cohorts or a one-time fee of $375. That way they could all have internet access while the ship was at sea, because who needs operational security when the chiefs have emails to check and movies to stream? Madero was confronted about the existence of the unauthorized Wi-Fi network several times during deployment. At first, she denied any knowledge of it. Then she tried saying it was only used in port. She even doctored some records from Starlink to try and back up her story. Then in August of 2023, a civilian contractor was installing an authorized satellite and discovered the Starlink dish. An unnamed sailor texted Madero about the dish's discovery. The Navy says she texted back, "The gig is up." The unauthorized network posed significant security risks, as the Manchester was operating in the Western Pacific and tensions with China in the region aren't exactly cooling off. Madero was eventually found guilty at a court-martial earlier this year, and she was demoted for her role in the scheme, which ultimately involved more than 15 members of the ship's chief's mess. All those involved faced administrative punishment. I'm Ryan Robertson. For more unbiased, straight-fact reporting about the U.S. Navy and our nation's other service branches, be sure to download the Straight Arrow News app today or log on to san.com.